हमारे आने वाले कार्यक्रमों की जानकारी के लिए हमारे YouTube चैनल को सब्सक्राइब करें और साथ ही बेल आइकन को दबाएं। के निर्माण का स्वर्णिम समय यौवन काल होता है, जिसमें वह आने वाले लंबे जीवन के लिए शरीर, मन और आत्मा का निर्माण और विकास करता है। इसी नींव पर अपने जीवन का मजबूत भवन खड़ा करता है और उसका भोग करता है। किसी भी राष्ट्र के विकास की आधारशिला और ऊर्जा उसकी युवा शक्ति ही होती है। यही उसका आत्मबल और इच्छा शक्ति भी होती है। इसीलिए कहा गया है, वीर भोग्य वसुंधरा। राष्ट्र निर्माण के ताने बाने में यौवन के ही धागे होते हैं। अतः जो राष्ट्र अपनी इस ऊर्जा का संरक्षण और संवर्धन करता है, वह विकास के उच्च शिखर पर पहुंचता है। राष्ट्र के कृषि, उद्योग, शिक्षा, चिकित्सा, तकनीक, राजनीति रूपी चक्के को यही युवा शक्ति, ऊर्जा व गति प्रदान करती है। यह राष्ट्र की रगों में बहने वाला गर्म खून है, जो उसे चैतन्य और प्रगतिशील बनाता है। भौतिक व आध्यात्मिक दोनों के विकास में इसी ऊष्मा का तप सक्रिय रहता है। इतिहास साक्षी रहा है कि जब किसी राष्ट्र की धुरी लड़खड़ाई है, युवा शक्ति ने आगे आकर अपने पुरुषार्थ से उसे सुदृढ़ बनाया है। आज अनेक प्रकार की समस्याएं जैसे नशा, फैशन परस्ती, पाश्चात्य जीवन शैली, आस्था संकट, भ्रष्टाचार, बेरोजगारी देश की युवा शक्ति पर आरूढ़ हैं। आज युवा शक्ति को आत्मबोध एवं अपने सांस्कृतिक गौरव से परिचित कराना समय की मांग है। वर्ष 2011 की जनगणना के अनुसार हमारे देश में 35 वर्ष तक की उम्र की 65% आबादी है। यह युवा शक्ति जिधर चल पड़ेगी, देश भी उधर ही चल पड़ेगा। अतः देश का भविष्य अब युवाओं के हाथ में है। यह युवा शक्ति ही राष्ट्र शक्ति बनकर राष्ट्र को समृद्धि, उन्नति एवं प्रगति के मार्ग पर ले जाएगी। युग ऋषि पंडित श्री राम शर्मा आचार्य जी ने युवा की अद्भुत परिभाषा दी है। युवा वो है असंभव जिसके शब्दकोश में नहीं, जो बाधाओं को चीर कर अपना मार्ग बनाता है, जो परिस्थितियों का दास नहीं, उनका निर्माता, नियंत्रणकर्ता एवं स्वामी है। जो भाग्य नहीं, अपने कर्म पर विश्वास रखता है, जो उमंग, उत्साह, जोश से जीता, वो सुनहरे भविष्य के सपने देखता है, जो स्वयं सब कुछ करके गौरव अनुभव करता है और विश्व में कुछ अनूठा करना चाहता है।
असमंजस व अवसाद की स्थिति से गुजर रही युवा पीढ़ी को दिशा देने का काम एक चिंतक ही कर सकता है।
नमस्कार।
वर्ष 2006 में देव संस्कृति विश्वविद्यालय के दीक्षांत समारोह में पूर्व राष्ट्रपति डॉक्टर एपीजे अब्दुल कलाम व श्रद्धेय डॉक्टर प्रणब पंड्या जी, जो विश्वविद्यालय के कुलपति भी हैं, मिले और इन दोनों चिंतकों ने मंथन किया कि युवा पीढ़ी को एक सृजनात्मक मंच देने की आवश्यकता है जो राष्ट्र निर्माण में सहायक हो। यहीं से दिया की नींव रखी गई।
I am indeed delighted to participate in the second convocation of Dev Sanskriti Vishwavidyalaya. I am very happy that this institution has been created with a motto of developing the divine culture, which is of utmost importance to us while we are on the path of transforming India into a prosperous, happy and peaceful society. We have the responsibility of transforming India into a developed nation before the year 2020. It is an endless journey through knowledge and enlightenment. Such a journey opens up new vistas of development or humanism, where there is no scope nor room for pettiness, disharmony, jealousy, and hatred or enmity. It transforms a human being into a wholesome whole, a noble soul, and an asset to the universe. God bless you.
जिस तरह एक दिया अंधकार को दूर करने की क्षमता रखता है, दिया भी इस देश के युवा मन से अंधेरे को दूर करने का स्वप्न लेकर चला है। ये प्रशिक्षण और कार्यशालाओं के माध्यम से शिक्षित, स्वस्थ, आत्मनिर्भर, विनम्र, संवेदनशील दिव्य युवाओं को तैयार करने के लिए प्रयासरत है, जिससे राष्ट्र निर्माण की रचनात्मक गतिविधियां चलाई जा सकें, दिव्य भारत का पुनर्निर्माण हो। इसका लक्ष्य युवाओं की क्षमताओं का विकास कर दिव्य भारत का निर्माण करना है, जिसमें व्यक्ति, परिवार व समाज का उत्थान हो। दिया युवाओं के सपनों में आदर्शवाद लाकर उनकी वैचारिक प्रक्रिया में सकारात्मक बदलाव लाने के लिए प्रयासरत है। वैज्ञानिक अध्यात्म के माध्यम से युवाओं में देवत्व की अभिव्यक्ति, दुनिया में सद्भाव के साथ सतयुग की वापसी इसका परम उद्देश्य है। इस तथ्य की महत्वता समझते हुए वो डॉक्टर कलाम के भारतवर्ष को वर्ष 2020 तक एक समृद्ध राष्ट्र बनाने के स्वप्न की ओर युवा शक्ति को अग्रसर करने के लिए दिया इस महान राष्ट्र के युवाओं के लिए एक आंदोलन है जो मजबूत सिद्धांतों और यथार्थवादी लक्ष्यों पर आधारित है। जो लोग दिल और दिमाग से युवा हैं एवं जो एक नए भारत की परिकल्पना के हमारे स्वप्न से सहमत हैं, उम्र, जाति या धर्म की परवाह किए बगैर हमसे जुड़े।
मुझे विश्वास है गायत्री परिवार के दिया आंदोलन के माध्यम से देश के युवाओं में वो संवेदनाएं प्रकट होगी, सामाजिक जिम्मेवारियां प्रकट होगी, एक साहस की वृत्ति पैदा होगी, कुछ करने के लिए, कुछ कर करके दिखाने के लिए जीवन को लगाने की इच्छा होगी। देश के लिए जीना सीखो, इस मंत्र के साथ
इस आंदोलन से जुड़कर आपके जीवन में खुशी एवं एक नए उत्साह का संचार होगा। साथ ही अपने राष्ट्र को नई ऊंचाइयों तक ले जाने में आप गौरवान्वित महसूस करेंगे।
वर्ष 2006 में ही हो गई थी, जब देव संस्कृति विश्वविद्यालय के चांसलर रिवर डॉक्टर प्रणब पंड्या जी ने डॉक्टर कलाम के साथ मिलकर के दिया की नींव रखी, और उसके बाद हर वर्ष एक एनुअल प्रोग्राम आयोजित किया जाता है एक किसी न किसी विषय को लेकर। बट कोविड के समय में, जहाँ पे फिजिकल मीटिंग्स आर नॉट प्रैक्टिकल एंड नॉट पॉसिबल, ऐसे समय में दिया ने इसको डिजिटली ले जाने का एक इनिशिएटिव लिया, एंड आज हम इसके 41st एडिशन में मूव कर गए हैं। आज का जो हमारा टॉपिक है वो एक बहुत ही इम्पोर्टेंट टॉपिक है। जिस तरह की लाइफस्टाइल हमारी है, द लाइफस्टाइल्स दैट पर्टिकुलरली इन द मेट्रो सिटीज दैट वी लिव इन, हम लोग मेडिटेशन के बारे में बात तो काफ़ी करते हैं एंड वी डू रीड अ लॉट, बट असल में व्हाट इज मेडिटेशन एंड व्हाट इज द रोल ऑफ मेडिटेशन फॉर द माइंड एंड बियॉन्ड, दैट इज आवर टॉपिक फॉर टुडे, एंड वी आर डिलाइटेड टू हैव विद अस डॉक्टर डी आर कार्तिकेयन, former director of the CBI, Central Bureau of Investigation, Director General of NHRC, its National Human Rights Commission, Special Director General of the CRPF, Central Reserve Police Force. We welcome you very warmly, sir, and we are delighted that you've agreed to share your thoughts with us on this very important topic that can pave the way to mental peace and tranquility. तो ये हमारे आज का विषय है, और मेडिटेशन के कुछ फाइनर एस्पेक्ट्स पे वी वुड रिक्वेस्ट डॉक्टर कार्तिकेयन टू गाइड अस, टू एनलाइटन अस, एंड without any further ado, I would like to invite Dr. Kaarthikeyan to share his views. Welcome, Dr. Kaarthikeyan.
Namaskar. Good evening, good morning. At the very beginning, I would like to convey my heartiest congratulations and appreciation to DIYA, Divine India Youth Association, for creating Gyan Sabha, thought platform for thought leaders. Happy to know that inspiration came from two of the greatest personalities whom I had the privilege of knowing very closely. Let me pay my affectionate tributes to Bharat Ratna Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam, a friend, philosopher, and guide of mine for more than 2 decades. My pranam also to most revered Shraddheya Dr. Pranab Pandyaji, whose vision of scientific spirituality has propelled DIYA volunteers to take on constructive activities, including organizing talks on inspirational topics. I very vividly and warmly remember my visits to Dev Sanskriti University and Gayatri Parivar campus at Rishikesh. I've had the privilege of learning basics of many types of meditation over the decades. I also had the privilege of getting the blessings of some of the greatest spiritual masters, including Swami Chinmayananda, Swami Dayananda Saraswati, Swami Raghunathananda, Swami Satchidananda, Swami Kriyananda. Well, all of them have attained Samadhi by now. I had the privilege of receiving blessings of revered Dr. Pranab Pandyaji, Gurudev Shri Ravi Shankar Ji, Sadguru Jagi Vasudev, Dadi Janaki Ji, and many other masters. Also learned yoga asanas from great masters like Patabi Joyce of Mysore, Yogacharya Dr. B.K. Iyengar. Then, of course, the systems of art of living, Isha Yoga, Kriya Yoga, Raj Yoga. I want to share some of my thoughts with all of you on the subject, role of meditation for the mind and beyond. I have been in the habit of writing periodical newsletters on various themes of interest to the individuals, the families, the society, the nation, and the planet as a whole. They are rather longish like essays. They are shared with several thousands around the world in the name of DRK's newsletters. Those letters also contain views of great masters and erudite scholars. During COVID times, confined to my home office in Delhi, I had the opportunity to study, practice, and promote meditation more intensely. The breath mindful meditation, Anapanasati meditation, part of Vipassana of Bhagavan Buddha and promoted by Subhash Patriji of Pyramid Society movement. Even just after 40 days of practice, most of the people responded, sharing amazing benefits in many areas. That included people of all ages and from different strata of society, and even highly qualified modern medical experts from many parts of the world. My letter number 36 was on food as medicine. The last letter number 37 was on meditation is miraculous. My intention was to term my newsletter as medication is medication. I got a contribution from respected Gurudev Shri Ravi Shankar ji, and he had given the title to his piece as medication is better than medication. So I gave the title to my newsletter, Meditation is Miraculous. I said so because I was totally convinced about what wonders even a simple meditation can do, even in such a short time. It is true of every type of the meditation also, though they need more intensive learning and practice. To quote Bhagavad Gita, when meditation is mastered, the mind is unwavering, like the flame of a candle in a windless place. Confucius says, I quote, the more man meditates upon good thoughts, the better will be his world and also the world at large. When there are thoughts, it is distraction. When there are no thoughts, it is meditation. Paramahansa Yogananda, the author of the world-renowned spiritual bestseller book Autobiography Yogi says, learn to be calm and you will always be happy. The most famous Sufi poet, Jalaluddin Rumi said, as early as in 12th century, I quote, this universe is not outside of you. Look inside yourself. Everything that you want, you already are. Ramana Maharishi, popularly known as Bhagavan Ramana Maharishi, I quote him, when there are thoughts, it is distraction. When there are no thoughts, it is meditation. Meditation depends upon the strength of the mind. It must be unceasing, even when one is engaged in work. Particular time for it is meant only for beginners, novices. The Nobel laureate Dalai Lama says, I quote, all human beings have an inner desire to overcome suffering, to find happiness. Training the mind to think differently through meditation is one important way to avoid suffering and be happy. He adds, the mind is definitely something that can be transformed, and meditation is a means to transform it. In the absence of modern methods for direct mind observation, there were some tools developed by pre-modern cultures. Several ancient cultures devoted a lot of attention to the study of the mind, and they relied not on collecting second-hand reports, but on training people to observe their own minds systematically. The methods they observed, developed are bunched together under the generic term meditation. Ask anyone who has done something significant or great in their life, and the chances are they will respectfully mention meditation as the main tool. It is one of which fueled their success. For instance, Steve Jobs, the genius founder of Apple. The time-honored ancient meditation practice that once had roots in the East has already made strides into the Western world. Whatever the age, culture, ethnicity, background, today we have a range of meditation styles offering different modalities and merits like mantra meditation, mindful meditation, transcendental meditation, gazing meditation, body scan meditation, and so on. Considering the complexities and hectic pace of life, our mind is often pulled and pushed in different directions, veering us away from a state of balance or well-being. We are finding it stressful to discharge our day-to-day activities. Meditation, which comes as an antidote to everyday stressors, is known to improve every aspect of life. Meditation does to the mind what exercise does to the body. Relax, strengthen, tone, activate, rejuvenate. Its success and beauty lies in its simplicity. The practice culminates by giving us an experience of calmness, health, happiness, power, and focus. Meditation, therefore, is no longer seen as an option or a luxury or meant only for the saints, rishis in the Himalayas. It's a necessity if we want to live well for everyone, anywhere in the world. The power of meditation subdues vices such as lust, anger, greed, attachment, and ego. Virtues of compassion, forgiveness, cooperation, love, and acceptance are enhanced. Meditation reinforces the realization that we are the creators of our thought and feeling and our own destiny also. Nothing and no one else can alter our emotional state. This puts us in a state of power and personal responsibility to sustain a stable emotional state in any and every circumstance. Ladies and gentlemen, addictions, temptations, dependencies, and attachments created by weak mind and wrong thought patterns can thus easily be overcome by meditation. Increased willpower enables us to stick to lifestyle disciplines of right eating, drinking, sleeping habits. The great experience of Joe Dispenza is now world famous. He declared and proved the power that made the body heals the body. Dr. Joe Dispenza, a renowned neuroscientist and best-selling author, applies quantum physics, epigenetics, and psychology to help people heal themselves of chronic and terminal diseases. The latest research supports the notion that we have a natural ability to change the brain and body by thought alone, he says. You are the placebo, he says, convinced that using the power of the mind, one can avoid invasive medical treatments. His spiritual journey began in 1986 after he suffered a serious accident. During a triathlon, in the banking portion of the race, a semi-truck hit his bicycle and catapulted him, compressing 6 vertebrae in his spine. Recognizing that negative thoughts and limiting beliefs affecting the body sorry for that. Although the prognosis for recovery was grim, he was told by the medical experts he might never walk again. And a radical, the Harrington rod surgery was needed. He decided to check out of the hospital. He had only one thought in his mind, that the power that made the body heals the body. Dr. Dispenza began meditating and visualizing the reconstruction of his spine, vertebrae per vertebrae. With the power of his will, after 6 weeks, he was able to keep his attention on the process for 3 hours at a time without losing focus. He started to experience significant changes in his body. The revival of his motor functions. In 10 weeks, he got back on his feet and started training again after 12 weeks. This experience became a turning point in his life, and he decided to dedicate his life studying the mind-body connection and mind over matter. This book is popular, known all over the world now. In the most popular book, You Can Heal Your Life, again the famous Louis Hay says, I quote, it's important to look at the mental root cause of disease rather than focusing on how to eliminate the systems of disease through medication. Recognizing that negative thoughts and limiting beliefs affect the body, she recommended the use of positive affirmations to free the mind of such negative thought patterns, release the emotional burden associated with those patterns, and heal. The principles she taught were based on personal experience. She healed herself of cervical cancer without undergoing modern medical treatments. And as we all know, she lived a healthy life till the age of 90. She was one of the most beloved inspirational speakers and self-help authors, and a founder of the Hay House, the largest publisher for mind, body, spirit literature in the world. Dr. Dean Ornish, I had the privilege of knowing him, meeting him a number of times, who wrote the bestseller Reversing Heart Disease, says, heart disease and diabetes, which account for more deaths in the US and worldwide than everything else combined, are completely preventable by making comprehensive lifestyle changes. He says, without drugs or surgery, you can prevent, you can cure them. To quote Dr. Dean Ornish again, eating a vegetarian diet, walking, exercising every day, and meditating is considered radical. Allowing someone to slice your chest open and graft your leg veins in your heart is considered normal and conservative. But people think eating a vegetarian diet, exercising every day, and meditating is considered radical. A recent Harvard study showed the surprisingly fast results from meditation. Using well-practiced scientific methods, the study showed that positive brain can be measured and within 6 weeks of a person starting a practice. In the study, the beginning meditators averaged less than 20 minutes per day, and the brain changes were still apparent several months later. Physiologically, meditation has been found to reduce stress, strengthen the immune system, and help regulate many other body systems. In the USA, a review of 47 clinical trials involving more than 3,500 participants with mild anxiety or depression found that those who took mindful meditation classes experienced improvement in mood within 6-8 weeks, on par with the effects shown with prescription medications. According to a review by David Merrill, MD, PhD, psychiatrist and director of the Pacific Brain Health Center at Pacific Neuroscience Institute at Providence St. John's Medical Center, I quote, the benefits of meditation are extensive and backed by science. The mental health benefits of meditation include better focus and concentration, improved self-awareness and self-esteem, lower levels of stress and anxiety, and fostering kindness. Meditation also has benefits for your physical health, as it can improve your tolerance for pain and help fight substance addiction. Meditation can have many health benefits from physical to mental and emotional. If you would like to improve your focus, reduce stress, or deal with addiction, depression, or chronic pain, you should give it a try and see it will work for you. So how long does someone have to meditate before they begin to see changes in their brain? The data shows changes in the brain occur just after 8 weeks. In a mindful-based stress reduction program, the subjects took a weekly class. There are 9 popular types of meditation practice, as I mentioned already. There is mindful meditation, spiritual meditation, focused meditation, movement meditation, mantra meditation, transcendental meditation, progressive relaxation, loving kindness meditation, vipassana, anapanasati, breath mindful meditation. There are many benefits of meditation. I mentioned some of them. To repeat some of them, reduce stress. Stress reduction is one of the most common reasons people try meditation. Controls anxiety, promotes emotional health, enhances self-awareness, lengthens attention span, reduces age-related memory loss, generates kindness, helps in fighting all types of addictions. A growing body of research now links the Eastern practice of meditation to improved conditions for serious ailments from diabetes to heart disease to cancer. How? How does it happen? By treating the whole person so they can live in greater health and joy, says Trauna Chapriu, a clinical psychologist and professor at Santa Clara University. Apart from that so-called joy which meditation gives, some remarkable things have been shown to occur. One study documented cancer patients who participated in a mindfulness meditation, reducing their stress symptoms by 30% compared to non-meditators. Another reported that diabetic patients who meditated had decreased in depression, anxiety, and diabetes-specific distress. As we know, nearly 40% of diabetes struggle with emotional distress that in turn leads to overly high blood glucose. Still, another found that mindful meditation reduces the intensity and emotional sensations of pain by 44%. Lara Lazar and her team at Harvard found that mindfulness meditation can actually change the structure of the brain. 8 weeks of mindful meditation. Stress reduction found that to increase cervical cortical thickness in the hippocampus, which governs learning and memory, and in certain areas of the brain that play roles in emotion regulation and self-referential processing. Amygdala is a collection of cells near the base of the brain. There are two, one in each hemisphere or side of the brain. This is where emotions are given meaning, remembered, and attached to the associations and responses to them, emotional memories. The amygdala is considered to be part of the brain's limbic system. There are also decreases in brain cell volume in the amygdala, which is responsible for fear, anxiety, and stress. And these changes match the participants' self-reports of their stress levels, indicating that meditation not only changes the brain, but it changes our subjective perception and feeling as well. There's a whole newer subgenre of meditation called mindful meditation, mindful-based stress reduction, developed by John Kabat-Zinn at the University of Massachusetts Center for Mindfulness, that aims to reduce a person's stress level physically and mentally. A growing number of studies have shown that even its effects on the self-controlled regions of the brain, meditation can be very effective in helping people recover from various types of addiction. One study, for example, pitted mindfulness training against the American Lung Association's Freedom from Smoking program found that people who learned mindfulness were many times more likely to have quit smoking by the end of their training and at 17 weeks follow-up than those going through conventional treatment. So this may be because meditation helps people decouple the state of craving from the act of smoking. So the one does not always have to lead to the other, but rather you fully experience and ride out the wave of craving until it passes. Other research has found that mindfulness training, mindfulness-based cognitive therapy, and mindfulness-based relapse prevention can be helpful in treating other forms of addiction. Now, there's a short meditation. Breaks can help even the kids in school. Today, because of the coronavirus, people are confined to only these video conferencing and education, which is causing a lot of stress in the students as well as the parents. For developing brains, meditation has as much or perhaps even more promise than it has for adults. There has been increasing interest from educators and researchers in bringing meditation and yoga to school kids who are dealing with the usual stressors inside school and oftentimes additional stress and trauma outside the school due to the lockdown period. Some schools have started implementing meditation into their daily schedules, and it will also more with good effect. One district in San Francisco started a twice daily meditation program in some of the high-risk schools and saw suspensions decrease and the attendance increasing. Studies have confirmed that cognitive and emotional benefits of meditation for school children, but more work will probably need to be done before it gains more widespread acceptance. So, friends, meditation is not a panacea, but there is certainly a lot of evidence that may do a lot of good for those who practice it regularly. Everyone, from the companies like Google and Apple and Target, now of course it's known, IBM also, integrating meditation into their schedules. And these benefits seem to be felt after a relatively short amount of practice. During meditation, the breath slows, blood pressure and metabolic rates decrease, and circulation and detoxification of the blood increases. Regular practice of breath mindfulness meditation enables holistic well-being of our individual self. It helps with increased physical vitality, increased memory power, increased emotional intelligence, and social connect, and a larger understanding of oneness or about the existence. Meditation is developing the physical quotient, emotional quotient, intelligence quotient, and also spiritual quotient. Meditation is the road to cultural change and performance for any organization, where employees can thrive, where inclusion and compassion becomes the norm, where collaboration and enthusiasm becomes the driving forces, where challenges become learning opportunities. We see it happening again and again. Meditation is the essence of spirituality. It is beyond a difference of race, color, religion, language, caste, rank, and other divisive considerations. The father of the nation, considered voted as a man of the last century, Mahatma Gandhi advised everyone in every walk of life, particularly those in position of power and authority, very time to avoid what is called 7 deadly sins, like politics without principles, wealth without work, pleasure without conscience, knowledge without character, commerce without morality, science without humanity, and worship without sacrifice. All these become possible for anyone following regular practice of meditation. So the science of meditation, which includes neuroscience, epigenetics, quantum physics, etc., make us revisit all our beliefs as we realize how conditioned we are and how limitless we can be. Every book we read makes you want to meditate even more, to look at the world with wonder. Meditation is a never-ending, fascinating adventure. To quote Lord Buddha again, the goal of meditation is not to control your thoughts, but to stop letting the thoughts control you. According to the Dalai Lama, if every 8-year-old in the world is taught meditation today, we will eliminate violence from the world within one generation. That is why I gave the title to my newsletter as Meditation is Miraculous. Prayer is when you talk to God. Meditation is when God talks to you. Ordinary thinking is the ordinary state of mind. Meditation is the highest possibility. Any action done with awareness is meditation. Slowly, we should bring our meditative quality in our daily activities. To conclude, the practice of meditation rectifies every faulty mind. Like the gym practice strengthens the muscles of the physical body, meditation practice transforms a negative mind into a positive mind, and finally, a positive mind gets transformed into a miraculous mind. Meditation basically makes man tranquil. In this troubled world where everybody is worried about everything, meditation makes life easier. Meditation makes us possible to live a fearless life. So let us make meditation a part of our daily life, thereby becoming tranquil always. Not only stills the mind, but also softens the heart and makes the heart function better. I am aware DIYA has been undertaking various initiatives and activities to achieve its fivefold objectives and to channelize the youth of the country towards nation building. DIYA is carrying out a wide range of activities. One among them I know is Pragya Yoga practices circles. Since 2006, DIYA has been conducting Pragya Yoga workshops as an effective tool for stress management. The underlying mantra is meditation for to create a stress-free individuals and society as a whole. Meditation is the only and surest method to lead a stress-free life, create a world of harmony, peace, and we can even get rid of all these deadly diseases. We can lead a fearless life, a stable life, a harmonious life. We can create a world with peace and harmony. Namaste. Thank you.
Thank you, sir, for that scintillating discourse on the importance of meditation. And in fact, all of us can take a lot of pointers from what you just said. Meditation being medication and making meditation a part of our lives I mean, all very important pointers that we should try and inculcate in our daily lives and make it a part of our life. Sir, with your permission, we have received some very interesting questions from the audience, and we would like to ask a few of these questions to you because um, the objective of this session to and people have joined us at different platforms, not just on Cisco WebEx, but people on YouTube, Facebook, LinkedIn, Twitter, Instagram, Twitch, all these platforms, people have joined us today for this webinar. And from all these platforms, very curious questions have come. So, with your permission, sir, I would like to ask a few of these questions to benefit for the benefit of the larger audience. One very uh,
Can you make it louder a little bit?
yes,
Your voice is not very clear to me.
am I audible now, sir?
Now better.
Yeah. So, one very frequent question that comes in mind and that has been asked, and you did address it in your talk, sir, very briefly. People equate meditation with religion, and it's a misconception. So, how would you, and especially youngsters, what would you like to tell them on this sort of misconception?
That's a wrong it's a misconception, actually. Well, that way you can say, yes, every religion at some point of time or the other has promoted meditation. With my limited knowledge, I know very well, in all ages, in all religions, in all traditions, meditation has been promoted, practiced. I mean, there are experts who quote that. It's not the time for me to quote. I know very well it has been promoted by all religions, all great masters. Many of them, you can see founders of religions, on people who do not believe in religion also. That is this. It is so-called within brackets secular, actually, because you don't have to believe in any god, any religion, any master. You have to believe in yourself. If you believe in yourself, you have to believe in your breath, because the only thing which is with us from the time we are born till the end of our life is breath. As you born, inhale, we are born. When the breath goes out, ultimately, we are no more there. So even our parents leave before us, our children, others come much after us, but the only thing which is remains with us is the breath we inhale till the very end. So that's the only companion. So all you need all we need here in meditation, any type of meditation, is breath. Focus on the breath, awareness of the breath. The simplest of all meditation, all, as I mentioned repeatedly, I have had experience in, to some extent, all types of meditation, but ultimately breath is the focus. In the simplest form of meditation, Vipassana, Buddha's meditation, of course, it's all in part of every other meditation also. You focus on your breath, incoming breath, outgoing breath, that's all. Then you empty your mind, all your thoughts go. Then, you believe this cosmic energy, divine energy flows into you, and that heals you. That heals your body, mind, everything. You get renovated, you get, enthused. All your negativities go. You become a new person, you renovate. Then you are able to develop love, compassion, caring, sharing, caring for everybody, caring for all lives, all types of planet, everything in the creation, animals, birds, trees, environment. Today, we are threatened with environmental degradation. See, unless we save the planet now, we cannot save the world. That is the focus of my next letter is save the planet, save environment to save the planet. Otherwise, in 100 years, you know what's going to happen. Forget about later on. Our own grandchildren may not be able to live. They may not get the pure air to breathe, pure water to drink. They may not have enough food grains. So breath is the guru. Breath is, you can say, even as God. If you take it as a divine, focus on the breath. That is the focus of meditation. It is beyond every religion allows it with some more additions, fine, we respect it. But truly speaking, it is nothing to do with any religion. It is part of the religion, it's welcome. You believe in it and do it. You have to believe in yourself. You have to believe in yourself. You have the power. Aham Brahmasmi, Tattvamasi, they're all, thousands of years back, Sanskrit University, the great master, like Pranab Pandya and others, they can give, beautiful explanations on all these things, So this is beyond religion. You believe in yourself. You believe in your breath. You have no choice but to believe because without breath there is no life. Believe in your breath and yourself. You don't have to believe in any religion if you don't want to.
Very well, sir. I mean, very categorically and elaboratively explained, sir. And in fact, that's what Bhagavad Gita says, that you concentrate on the breath, and that's the key in meditation. Uh, my next question, and someone has asked, sir, is um, uh, there are a lot of distractions when you meditate. In fact, when you start meditating, there are a lot of distractions from outside. Uh, is there a technique, that one single technique that one should follow, or should one try different techniques to to see which technique is suitable for the person, and how to the question is importantly from the point how to overcome these distractions that are there when one starts or treads on the path of meditation.
See, we are all born with a mind and the body. The mind's job is to keep thinking. There are thousands of thoughts. They say 30 to 40 to 50,000 thoughts every day we have. Whether you want to think or not, it keeps coming all the time. It's natural. The business of the mind is to keep thinking. But then, yes, it is. That is why the meditation is controlling the mind. You control the mind. Thoughts can disappear. That is the state of meditation. And that is, as I told you, I'm involved in many organizations. I respect all of them, all the masters, all of them lead to the same thing. But the thing is, that is why the simplest form is Buddha. To my knowledge, what I understood, after searching for this peace of mind, after several years, he tried so many techniques. Ultimately, he got what is called Vipassana. That is the, part of it is called today breath mindful meditation or anapanasati meditation and all that. There you focus incoming breath, outgoing breath. Keep focusing on that. That's the only way to keep your mind balanced. Then slowly the thoughts disappear. It takes time. Not easy. But it can happen. It will happen to some people within few days, some for within few weeks, for them it takes together. That's why some systems start mantra or image of a deity or any sound, so that you focus on that. But the simplest is just observe your own breath. All of them equally valid. I want to reinforce. I respect all of them. But it's easy. Otherwise, how do you find masters sitting? Or people go to Himalayas and all. You don't have to now. You can be in the family. That's why you see, I told you, Steve Jobs and many other big corporations today, they are engaged thousands, hundreds of people. Thousands of people are having meditation courses. I know the person now for the present, I'm involved with it's called Anapanasati meditation in a pyramid society. They are engaging, the corporates are engaging the teachers to come and teach them. They find enormous benefit. There is one lady now, I can say, Lawrence from the IBM. I say it because to answer the question, I bring a name, otherwise not abroad. She said her life was transformed. She's a big senior person. She said she has taught 12,000 people in the IBM. And she says, my life is transformed. So I owe so much to this meditation. I take a vow to teach meditation to at least one person every day. The life was transformed in so many ways. Doctors said we are going to prescribe meditation in addition to our prescription. Some people say we have stopped medicines. See, I want to keep it open, that's all. So many books have been written, the master and all you have seen. All this is a possibility. It definitely will happen. But whether you want miracles or not, you will have I can assure you, if you do 40 days of meditation or any type of meditation for a few days, your life will be changed for the better. I can guarantee you. Certainly, you can be transformed or some benefit or the other. Nobody can say after 60 days of regular meditation of just 30 minutes a day, after learning the technology, if they say my life is not transformed some way, and I can guarantee there will be a change in their life for the better.
So glad that you mentioned it. Sir, in your context, sir, you were on uh, such posts that required constant agility, vigilance, and attention. So, in your personal experience, did meditation over a period of time help you professionally, and in dealing with the stresses that comes with these very important and yet very intensive jobs?
Okay. I'm only 81. I am not that old actually.
Yes, sir.
And at a critical point of my life, when you may not know, I was the chief investigator of Rajiv Gandhi assassination case. I'm touching upon the subject because you're asking a specific question. I have to refer to that. When nobody in Delhi wanted to take the case, they thought it's impossible. It's a risky thing. And now, if you don't detect, you will be considered as incompetent. If you detect, it will be a deadly terrorist group. They will kill you and your family. But I accepted it as a duty to the nation. It was a blind case. We had to work 20 hours a day. I'm billing you, literally 20 hours a day, no holiday, and threat, dealing with the political manipulations, equally bad as dealing with the deadly terrorist group. But all that we have to do it with her. At point of time, I needed inner strength, which nobody gave me. Everybody sympathized with me, but everybody. So I took up Kailas Manasavara Yatra. Then I went for Vipassana meditation. Busiest person at that time in my life. I went because I heard like what you are hearing from me. 10 days of meditation, that is, Buddha's meditation Vipassana. Went out of India 2,500 years back. It was fortunately protected in some nations like Burma, where when Satyanarayan Goenka ji, he had to go, he made some critical point, he learned it. Then the Buddhist monk told him to take it back to the land of his birth. That's what Buddha also did. So he gave up his diamond business, came with great struggle. 75 years back it happened. Nobody was interested, but he did manage to teach some people and establish some Vipassana meditation centers. The one I went was in Hyderabad, 10 days of meditation. It gave me so much inner strength and came. I said, I can face the whole world, no compromise on my integrity. Then I wrote to the director, CBI, DGJ, every police officer must go through it and all that. So this was 75 years back. So 40 years back, there is a gentleman called Subhash Patriji. He was in business. He was interested in meditation. He went, only one day attended instead of 10 days. First 3 days they teach Anapanasati. Then 7 more days something else. In one day he said, this alone is enough. Observing the breath inner. So he came out and developed it. He realized everything that is wanted, contentment, satisfaction, joy, health. Then he started teaching everybody. He said, what I got, I must raise it. Lakhs of people are following it now, Anapanasati. They also do what's called pyramid meditation and all that. So after that also I had to handle 2 jobs at a time. And I was declared diabetic when I filed the charge sheet. That is 30 years back. Today, I'm telling you, I don't take any medicine. I was in insulin, I was in medication. Totally, 2 years back I gave up. Yoga, change in lifestyle like what Dr. Ornish prescribes, changing into, healthy plant-based diet, yoga, meditation. I can say I'm healthier than what I was 10 years back, 20 years back. Nobody believes when they say I'm 81, I'm active. The secret, I would say, apart from changing your lifestyle, what you should eat, and all that is there, plus meditation is a very, very important component of healing yourself, leading a healthy life. And healing yourself by seeing your family will change, society will change. There was only way of bringing peace and harmony to the whole planet. Even instead, another subject, I won't go into that. Even the environment degradation can be stopped by following this simplest form of meditation and plant-based diet. This will change that. It will reverse the global warming. Otherwise, what will going? We are going the way we are going about 100 years. What will happen to the next generation? I wonder.
That's quite a genuine concern, sir. And your own experience, the way you dealt with such a stressful situation and a case that was so complicated and right in the public eye. So to remain equipoised and to handle everything that's going on in the back end
It is
is
not only
quite a
because of
task.
compassion. I'm talking about plant-based diet, not only for compassion or it's beyond religious ground, I'm telling you.
Right, right.
You can give a talk on 1 hour how the planet environment can be restored by people giving up animal agriculture. They can save the planet from extinction.
Right. So you mentioned that minutes of meditation every day is something that one can safely say, and of course it's a question of experience when you do it over a period of time. But a lot of people have asked this question: what is the ideal time to meditate? I know it's difficult to in the times that we live in to pinpoint and say this would be the right time. But if you were to suggest a time, sir, when
Yes.
should one meditate, and what should be the tenure, say, for a beginner to start meditating?
See, any type of meditation you want to take to become a habit, it takes a mandala, let's say 40 days. 40 days you meditate. Now the system is going on, morning 6 to 7:30. It can be any time of the day you can do it. Ideal thing is what's called, early morning time. Morning time, 5 to 6 or 6 to 7, or that should be the first, the day's first commitment should be to yourself. That is doing meditation. That's the first duty. But otherwise, any time of the day is okay. To learn, yes, you need about an hour's time. But thereafter, you can do that 30 minutes a day is enough. Can't you spend 30 minutes a day for yourself? Then you can another 23 and a half hours becomes productive, healthy. Your productivity increases. You are healthier, happier. If the time you need to sleep comes down by 2-3 hours, it's only the first practice reluctance. 30 to 40 days you do regularly, it becomes a habit. If you don't have the time, skip your breakfast or lunch or whatever it is. But never miss this. This is the most fundamental thing. It should not be missed at all. And then it's a practice. Initially, there is reluctance. They think, oh, something great. You think you should become a Swami or religious monk or something. No. Any household or anybody in any walk of life can do it. I have seen 10-year-old kids joining and then enthusiastically joining. I know of cases where in 10 years when they learn, they teach younger children also. First for the children, see, about 5, they just sit, let them learn how to sit quietly. Thereafter, you tell them to observe the breath. They start enjoying, their concentration improves, their performance improves in anything, whether it's sports or academy or behavior. They will not go anywhere near these addictions. They know what is good for them. It comes because it's natural.
Right.
It becomes a habit. Ideal thing in the morning, at least to learn. There are so many courses. If you write to me, I will tell them where to be get for free meditation courses. Because there are people committed to spreading this joy. Like Lawrence, I told you, this lady is senior function in the IBM in America. She said, my life is transformed. And I have taught 12,000 people in the IBM. And she travels all around the world. She says, I owe so much to this meditation. My work is to teach meditation at least one person every day, wherever I am. Maybe in the flight, maybe in the hotel, wherever it is. So that's what happens, If I'm see, there's a Tamil saying, "Non better inbam perge vayagam." What benefit I get, I must spread it. What is the purpose of life? Tell me. What is our purpose ultimately? To be happy. For that, you have to be healthy. You have to be healthy and happy. After that, okay, you want to make billions. You want to give power. Ultimately, so you want to be happy. You want to be healthy. And thereafter, the satisfaction, purpose of life is to spread this happiness, contentment to as many as possible. Before the time comes for us to go, leave the planet. That should be the purpose of life. That's what the great masters are also doing.
Right. So you,
Let us leave the planet in a better condition than what it was when we were born. That should be the purpose of life. And meditation is the simplest form.
right.
And people are grateful to you for teaching meditation.
No, you rightly said, sir, that if you possess something that is beneficial, you must pass it on to larger people. So my question is around that point only, sir. Do you think collective meditation is something that can be done? People
Yes.
doing it collectively?
Mr. Vijay Purohit said, Pro only read it. Mr. Vijay, okay. Mr. Vijay, you asked the right question.
Right, sir.
Individual meditation is good, but group meditation is more powerful. See, there's a saying in another organization, Brahma Kumaris, and many organizations, they say meditate all over the world at a particular time. They say a percentage of minimum percentage of population meditate together, it has impact on the rest of the population also. They do it. Group meditation is more powerful. Instead of my alone, if my family sits with me, meditation is more powerful. If 100 people join, people. The one meditation which I am promoting and participating in currently now, about 1,000 people meditate from all parts of the planet. From 10-year-old to 80-year-old people are sitting meditating. There is one now all the way on the Zoom platform. On one screen, there are 3 generations sitting and meditating.
Right.
Collective meditation, group meditation is very powerful. If suppose 10% of the world take meditation, I can tell you the negativities will come down enormously.
Absolutely, sir. And
That's what they do in Dev Sanskrit University. I've seen
yes,
so
yes,
many programs, arti and meditation, very powerful.
yes. You rightly said, sir. Under the mentorship of Dr. Pranav Pandya during the gpaw classes, meditation classes, students do
Very powerful,
collective
very
meditation.
powerful, very powerful, great
Yes,
master. Yes.
absolutely. Which brings me to the core, rather the core of the discussion and of this Q&A. What is the ultimate purpose? What is the purpose of meditation? Is it, as some people say, going beyond the mind? Someone who wants to delve deeper into the mysteries of life and want to take the route of meditation, would it be correct to say that the purpose of meditation is to go beyond the mind? Or how would you paraphrase it, sir? What's the ultimate goal?
Okay. What is the purpose of life? Go to the fundamental basis. I will not go into the essay. Purpose of life is once you are born, the divine, whether you believe in our nature, whatever it is, we are born to grow, healthy, learn, serve, be joyful, spread the joy, create more harmony and happiness to as many as possible, and then go happily. The idea is not to live forever because then there is no place for the newcomers. We should all be happy after that. Yes, welcome, come. For me, I welcome now any day. Come, welcome. My job is over. I have done my duty to my family, to the nation, to the society. Now I am healthy. I want to go healthy. I don't want to be lying in bed for days with all these things. I'm happy to go. So that is the purpose of life, is that. For that purpose, I can tell you, yes, you have to eat, you have to play, you have to have your family, do job and all that. But ultimately, for realizing all these things is the meditation is the simplest, easiest, available to every one of us. Don't owe it to anybody. You are your own master. You only your breath. You become aware of your breath. In any case, you are breathing. Focus your attention. Breath is a technology. Born within yourself. So we make our own life hell or heaven. Joyful or, successful or not. That is the purpose of life, is the same. This is the shortcut. The shortest, simplest, most inexpensive route how to realize the purpose of life is meditation. Do any type of meditation, but there are simple type meditation like Anapanasati, which you don't have to believe in any deity, any guru, nothing. Buddha's meditation. But every meditation based on mantras or images are all equally valid. I know very well. All these systems, masters are doing a greatest service. But for them, there will be much more crime, much more atrocities in the world. We owe it to every one of them, no doubt.
Right. My last question to you, sir, would be what do you suggest on this Gyan Sabha platform? How do we make meditation sort of a mass movement? How do we take it to I mean, as many people as we can?
I think you are already doing a great service. From whatever little I know, we're all inspired by great masters like Dr. Abdul Kalam and Sudev, Dr. Pranab Pandya ji, and all these people. I think you are reaching a lot of people. You are doing so many services I have seen, but meditation should be brought to focus. I would say that, yes, because you're asking me this question, that should be the prime function. You can even start every program with 5 minutes or 10 minutes of meditation. Every event you can start. One of those, you can see how to do it. It can be, the great chancellor can guide. It can be a mantra. It can be music. It can be home chanting, whatever it is. I know very well, like the Chinese master, Dr. Shaw, they all start with Om. And also, Dr. Alex Arbito, the well-known, recently he attained Samadhi, the great psychic surgeon, whom I know I have seen doing bad hand surgery. They all start their programs in Rome. I've seen in Philippines also. They all start with chanting Om. They meditate. Even the great master, I pronounce Yogananda, who wrote the autobiography Yogi, belonging to the Ananda worldwide, Nevada mountains. Nevada, it is there all over the world now. Followers of Mahatar Babaji, they do Omkara, chant, they start with meditation, end with meditation. They're all mostly Italians, Americans, and all that. So there's nothing. They should disabuse their mind that it has to do with religion. Om is Omkara. You don't want to have only other meditation. All right. They all accepted Omkara. What about in Portugal? Portugal, the great yoga master is there. They all start with Om. Meditation. Meditation will become part of many organizations today. Hello?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
I don't see you.
Yes, sir.
No, Omkara, I would say that is the best neutral. It is followed by many traditions in many parts of the world. I have participated. In Portugal, in America, in Italy, and all that is nothing. Om or Amen or whatever it is, you do it. You sound, it's all Pranava mantra, This is neutral. There, you don't have to believe in a particular tradition or a deity. You believe in your breath, you believe in Omkara, or any sound, or mantra, or any image of your choice. But breath is the easiest thing because you're neutral all over the world. But you should promote, I would strongly, you're doing such a great, DIYA is doing such a great service. You should promote meditation because sooner the better. How are you going to save this planet Earth? We are going towards self-destruction. The way things are going, unless we stop it now, there will be nothing for our grandchildren.
Yes, sir.
We are destroying forests. So you should cut down, you should minimize animal agriculture. Millions of acres forests are being destroyed to grow food, to fatten the animals, to feed the human beings. And they are coming with a lot of illnesses. Food, science says meat eating is resulting in many avoidable diseases. Go to Dr. Ornish books, Reversing Heart Disease. It's a famous book. Change your lifestyle. Go for non-fat, plant-based yoga, meditation, stress-free life. He says your heart blocks will disappear. He has proved it.
Right.
Of course, now we have got a movement, vegan movement has come now. They say even dairy products you should consume less or don't consume. That's a different matter. At least let us save the planet. Let us at least save the forest from further destruction. So people say you must plant at least one tree. And Dr. Kalam said 5 trees. I have satisfaction, I have been responsible for planting 100,000 trees in various places.
Absolutely.
In my own inherited ancestral farm, last month I planted 2,500 trees, which means we don't get income from farm, but at least another 20 years I would have contributed to the planet. So we have planted one tree, yes. Dr. Kalam said 5 trees, if possible. So he changed to plant-based diet. Plant at least one tree. Don't cut trees wherever possible. Don't cut. You plant, save trees, and then do meditation. That's enough. Each one, if you do it, that's the biggest contribution to save planet from further destruction.
In fact, taking inspiration from Dr. DIYA and All World Gayatri Parivar has started this huge movement. On birthday, we give tulsi saplings or any other plant to a person, and we encourage him or her to plant it and then take care of the plant. So that way, I mean, lakhs of trees have been planted, and this movement has gained huge momentum.
Great.
So, yes, sir.
That's a great service. It's a great service. If nothing else, you plant a tree, but you have to protect it till it grows.
Correct.
Then you have done a great service to the planet, if nothing else. At the same time, Vijay, I want to tell you,
yes, sir.
Annadana is important. Vidyadana is, of course, superior, but Dhyanadana is far superior to any of them.
Right.
You teach meditation to one person, you're transforming the whole family, you create good citizens who take care of everything else. So Dhyanadana is even far superior to Annadana and Vidyadana.
Absolutely, sir. And I mean, thank you so much for sharing your insights with us today. And I would like to inform you that Shantikund Haridwar, the headquarter of All World Gayatri Parivar, will be celebrating its 50th year this year. And we would, you've been there, you are already a part of the family, but I would like to invite you to visit Shantikund this year, sir, and the Dev Sanskriti University. And it's your home, it's your own home. Please do visit this year, because this is a special year for us as Shantikund celebrates its 50th anniversary.
If the call comes from the master, I will certainly come. Same time, there's an international conference of spiritual scientists in Pyramid Valley in Bangalore. But then I will come here and then go there.
Sure, sir. Please do spare some time.
Please tell me my regards to the Chancellor and Dr. Pranav Pandya also.
Thanks.
Dr. Chinmay Pandya, thank you.
Right, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for your valuable time, sir, today, and everyone for joining us on these various platforms. And now we've almost come to the conclusion of this talk. Just a couple of points I would like to make before we conclude for today. Amidst this pandemic, when it struck in March, April, Dr. Pranav Pandyaji gave a clarion call to all the volunteers and everyone generally to gather every evening at 6:20 to 6:30, wherever you are. Just sit down for 10 minutes and pray for the well-being of all. And may the Almighty enlighten us on a righteous path. Whatever belief we have, we simply pray that everyone who has suffered from this pandemic or has lost someone, so we pray for them, their well-being, and the departed ones. So it's a practice that we have started every day from 6:20 to 6:30, irrespective of wherever we are. Please do join us in this noble endeavor. And
it's a great contribution. Yes, it will be valuable.
Yes, sir. And secondly, we've been doing this Gyan Sabha every Sunday now since March. And on next Sunday, we will be having Miss Soumya Roy, who is the co-founder of Vandana Foundation, a no-profit organization that supports livelihoods of poorest micro entrepreneurs. And she supports widows of farmers who committed suicide in Vidarbh. There, she runs a project where she teaches women to spin and weave khadi, and that is then made into shirts. She's also been a journalist for over a decade, teaches at Sophia College, and she's writing a book on waste management. She is the daughter of Shri Roy, ex-police commissioner, Mumbai. So we'll be having Miss Soumya Roy on the next session, next edition of Gyan Sabha on the next Sunday. So I would request everyone to join in on the next Sunday as well. And we we will keep bringing to you, we'll try and keep bringing to you these people who have so much insight into various aspects of life, um, so that we can learn something and contribute in some manner to the overall holistic well-being of people. So thank you so much, sir, and thank you so much, everyone, for attending this Gyan Sabha.
Thank you.
Thank
Thank
you.
you. I enjoyed the session.
Yes, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you. I would request everyone to join me in the Shanti part. Shanti part is like again a prayer for the well-being of all.
I am aware. It's beautiful. Yes, I will join you.
Sure, sir. ॐ ह्रौ शान्तिरन्तरिक्षगं शान्तिः पृथिवी शान्तिरापः शान्तिरोषधयः शान्तिः वनस्पतयः शान्तिर्विश्वे देवा शान्ति ब्रह्म शान्ति सर्वगं शान्ति शान्तिरेव शान्तिः श्यामा शान्तिरेधि ॐ शान्तिः 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 सर्वारिष्टसु शान्तिर्भवतु. Thank you, everyone, and thanks to all those organizations also who have supported us in the Gyan Sabha endeavor. We hope to see you on the next Sunday. Thank you, everyone.